sometimes I just really want to be alone. So I come here. And I thought, maybe if you close your eyes, you can come too. It's not far away or anything. It's just a room with all the lights turned down, and it's dark. So dark you can't see anything, and it begins to feel like emptiness. Just you and space. I like to imagine that we're floating in the water, thousands and thousands of miles away from anywhere. It just seems nice, you know? Nowhere to go, nothing to do, nobody that you owe anything to, or nobody that needs anything from you. Just you. It's weird. Normally I'm really claustrophobic, but the thought of this is just nice and calming. I like that it's quiet, but it can be a little hard to concentrate because I've never been very good at meditation. So I'll close my eyes if that helps. And if there's noises, I found it's best to sort of accept them, that they're there, instead of trying to make them disappear. As if it's raining, or there's cars in the street, or the fan is on because it's hot and you want to be cold, or there's noises. If you just close your eyes and listen to them, it's sort of pulse underneath it all, where it's just in and out. It starts to sort of fade away. It's still there, and I think you know that, but because it's accepted and it's part of it, it stops mattering, and that's kind of nice. I've always thought it'd be really cool to exist in a sea of stars, you know? Where the water is so close to the sky and so vast and empty and deep and black and blue that when you're swimming, it looks like you're a part of the sky too, because it's all stars. I don't know, I think it's wonderful. Or if you just dove under the water and you resurfaced, it'd be so completely black and empty, you'd hardly even know where the sky and the sea began, where they meet, or where they end. It'd all just be sort of the same. And cool and cold. Empty. I like that. The idea that you can be so incomprehensibly small and in the middle of something, and so nothing. It's a nice thing to think about when I'm stressed out and tired. I just want to lie down and relax. For a really long time, it was hard to just sit and listen and be. As I find there's always so much in my brain, stuff that I'm worried about or thinking about or things that I need to do. So taking any time, even if it's just 15 minutes, it feels impossible. That there just isn't enough room to breathe, and it feels really suffocating. And I've really had to learn to sort of give myself the permission to just be somewhere for 15 minutes or 5 minutes and just breathe and not think about anything, because it's not going anywhere. It'll still be there when I get back. Yeah, it's like I worry all the time about things and what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing and where I should be going and what's going to happen next and who it's going to happen to. And I'm realizing that those things are always going to be there in the future. So if you take 15 minutes to just relax in a dark room and take a nap or listen to music or just breathe, it's not going to kill anything. Those 15 minutes aren't the difference between life and death. It's just a time to breathe and to be yourself somewhere quietly. Afterwards, maybe there's another 15 minutes that's just sitting and making a list of the things you have to do and organizing them into the most important things that need to get done right away, the things that are important but don't need to get done right away, the things that don't need to happen right away and are definitely not important. But yeah, for right now, it's just breathing, just being, and I guess thinking. I find if I sit here long enough, I kind of drift off, and I'm pretty sure I fall asleep, which is maybe not how it's supposed to work. But it's nice. It's quiet. It's still. It's really easy, and you don't have to worry about anything, because it's all something that you're going to deal with after the time is up. I think I probably got the idea from, I don't know if you've ever read it, but there's it's called Nightfall. It's this Batman comic book series. It's pretty big. I have all 3 of the volumes. And there's this one character, he's kind of edgy, but he is having a hard time understanding himself because of his tragic Batman backstory. But he finds this sensory deprivation tank, and he just hangs out in there like a bunch during the middle portion of the story, trying to understand himself and who he is. And somehow that works better for him to access those things because it's completely quiet and dark and there's nothing going on. I've always thought it'd be really cool to try one of those, just kind of float and hang out. But then I get a little claustrophobic. Like in Minority Report, when they're hanging out in the water, just like lying there, that seems really like cold and kind of slimy, and I don't know why that's what I think of. But yeah, I've always thought the idea seems really nice. It just seems kind of freaky being locked in somewhere like that. And it's weird. I'm also not a fan of space usually. The idea of being in like a submarine or a spaceship sounds horrifying. But it's something to think about just to like calm down. I guess it's as close to a happy place that I have. Never really gotten that, the going to your happy place thing. I like the idea that it could be like the Cave of Solitude or whatever. Maybe there's like penguins in there. That'd be cool. But I've never quite managed to build something up like that. For me, it's just nice to go back to the idea of quiet and silence and dark and infinite space. Just far away from everything. And then you just sit or float or lie down and breathe, sleep. Because there's always time to worry about it later.